Well, welcome to the course on hermeneutics. My name is Dr. Joel Badal, and I'll be serving as your instructor for the next 8 weeks together. By now, you see this graphic in front of you called warp and woof, and this is simply the way designers tie together fabric. They take sometimes two different pieces of clothing or cloth material, and they weave it together in order to form one particular fabric material. That's one way of thinking through this. And so, how is this connected to the biblical text that we'll be studying together? Well, namely, number one, that God has written a book and he has a particular storyline that he's weaving together from the book of Genesis all the way to the book of Revelation. And he is tying the fabric of Scripture together. He's bringing the themes together. And you might not see it in one hand, maybe as you begin the book of Genesis, but then you begin to see the fuller meaning of the genre or the theological moment in which the writer is communicating to the audience. And so there's a tying together. Of course, there is one central theme throughout the Bible, and we will touch on that together as we consider the various books of the Bible and their places that they fit within the context of Scripture. By now, you should have reached online through Canvas, and you should be able to access your course syllabus. There is a link for contact information about myself, where to email me, call, or connect by video conferencing. One special note that I wanted to make about discussion threads. Some of you maybe have taken other online classes where every week there's a discussion thread, but this class there's only 3. You'll see that in week number 2, 3, and 6. So I want you to pay special attention to that. That's where we'll be interacting together about the material that we're working on. Of course, to access the material for each week, all you need to do is click on week number 1 or 2 or 3 in the black rectangle box, and that will take you to another page where it will give a summary of the assignments and the required work for that given week. Of course, you can click on course documents, and that will take you to the course syllabus and schedule, where you can download that in a PDF for your own keeping into the future. Here's another example of what we're intending to accomplish over the next 8 weeks as we think about the course description and even the objectives that have been set for you in this particular course. Note that it is an examination, this class, an examination of biblical interpretation. We're giving you certain practices, we're giving you principles, and we're helping you with the primary tools of biblical research. So how would I go about looking at a passage of Scripture and even walking through that passage through observation questions, using my various resources that I have available in my home or office, or even through online databases. And we're wanting you to become familiar with those strategies of looking at various literary genres, examining history, literary context, and even looking at word studies and developing those principles for practical application. You'll note the 5 different course objectives that we're wanting to set as a primary agenda for this class, and we're hoping we will arrive at the end of the course giving you those skills where you can open up any given passage and begin to study it on your own. Lastly, you will look at the course material. When we talk about course material, we're mainly looking at the books that you need to purchase for completing this course. Note that there are 2 required reading along with other course documents that are given to you in the class that you can access at the time of that given week. But you should purchase Klein and Blomberg and also Van Hooser as it relates to these 2 texts that you'll be asked to read and give evidence to it through your assignments. I hope this helps clarify the beginning of the class. I will be posting some mini lectures each week that we're together, And that's just to tie in the loose ends of some of the material that we are covering together for that given week and the themes that we'll be exploring in biblical hermeneutics.